Hi guys. So I know it's a little bit later on in the day. It's been kind of a rough morning already. Like I've had sort of a rough morning yesterday. Like, is life even real right now? It's very and no, it's really not. The energy is kind of like making everything sort of foggy and very emotional and very watery. Yesterday was a tough day. I'm not going to get into it and talk about it because it hit me harder than I would expect it the day yesterday to hit me. Um, it was a very sad day, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So, moving on, I didn't sleep well last night. Maybe some of you are sleeping really, really well in this energy, and others of you are not. But I didn't sleep very well last night, and one of the reasons why is I don't dream very often, and last night I was dreaming. And I know that that's because my Neptune is being aspected right now with the Neptune. They're at a square. My natal Neptune is squaring um, the transiting Neptune, and it has been for a little while. But with this moon, whenever the moon is in Pisces, and we also have Venus there too, so like all of this energy is rustling up with my natal Neptune, and it's making me dream, and I don't sleep very well when I dream because I'll have like an hour dream and then I'll wake up and I know there's a reason. There's actually a spot in my chart that shows why I don't dream, and I've asked other people too. So if you have like Saturn in the 12th house, you probably don't dream much, and if you do dream with Saturn in the 12th house, it's probably because your Neptune is positively aspected in some way. My Neptune is square my Saturn. So that is one of the other reason why I don't, because Saturn is like basically Saturn, my 12th house, Saturn square, my third house, my Neptune is in my third house of communication. So I literally have to live in reality. Like I don't get to pretend that things aren't real. Like Saturn doesn't let me pretend that things aren't real. It was very hard for me not to be cynical growing up. I think I was for a long time. And, just in the last couple of years, I haven't been as cynical as I was when I was younger because I see the world differently. I see it in a much more beautiful way. And to me, it's beautiful. And even with all the terror and horror and all of the things going on, it's just because I can see things differently. But yeah, so the energy is a little bit tough today. Venus, Neptune, and the moon are all joining each other in Pisces. Venus is also sort of talking to Uranus at the same time. Emotionally charged. I even had to put up a special message for Virgos on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook because um, Virgo, like our planet, like there's nothing going on in Virgo right now and everything going on just across from us in Pisces. And not everything, but like the most, right? Sometimes Virgos have a really hard time during Pisces season. And especially when we have the Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which we've had for the last couple of years, it gets very, very difficult, very difficult. Pisces is actually my sixth house. So with Mercury retrograde, I usually get sick. Hopefully this year I won't. I'm not speaking that into existence. Yeah, but Mercury retrograde in Pisces tends to like, it'll knock me on my ass every year. So like, I can't wait until it's in Aquarius and it's not in Pisces anymore. I'm sick of it. Okay, so couple of work things before we get started on the cards. Um, Real quick, I'm getting a message to tell you guys to make sure you're grounding yourself today. If you can't make it outside because it's freezing outside, or something like that, and you can't like put your feet in the dirt, because that's usually the best way to ground is like actually stick your feet or be outside for 10-15 minutes and breathe in the fresh air and just sort of like let all of the extra energy go down into the earth. If you can't do that, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that there's like this light going from your root chakra down into the center of the earth, and just breathe and release all, like just set the intention. And even if you have to say it to yourself, I'm releasing all of the extra energy that's not serving me into Mother Earth. Like allow yourself to do that, to ground today, because there's a lot of watery energy going on and you can sort of float off into never, never land, go down the rabbit hole, if you will. You can you know, follow the white rabbit down the rabbit hole and get kind of stuck in Wonderland today. So a couple of work things. The next self-alignment workshop is available. It's amazing. I'm really, really like this one. I'm so excited about. I love how the workshops continue to expand within each other, right? Like I find the necessity for the next one because of the last one. I was going to make this next workshop about finances and feeling and like how to grow and feel secure in your finances. And I will be doing that, but now's not the time. And the reason why now is not the time is I got a message that we needed to talk about how to stop judging yourself and how to learn how to unconditionally love yourself. So that's going to be the next workshop, and we are going to do the pre-order. The pre-order is going to be available until 12 noon on Sunday. If you would like to pre-order this next workshop, you get all of the meditations, all 4 of the Sunday meditations, weekly meditations. You get them for free. It's a $20 value. So you're basically getting the workshop and the meditate, like you're basically getting like a third off the cost of all of them together if you get the workshop. Or you do the pre-order. The pre-order will only be available until Sunday at noon. And the reason why I'm doing that is the first meditation is Sunday, February 2nd. So please do not email me after noon Eastern on Sunday asking me to make it available again for the pre-order. I had several people do that to me last time, and I did it, but it's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest, you guys, because I have to like go into the website and make it available and make this available, make that available. If you are an exclusive member of the channel, you will receive a code to get 50% off of the workshop because you already get the meditations. If you're an exclusive member of the channel, to become an exclusive member of the channel, just click the join button right underneath this video. And you get all of the meditations, you get all of the extendeds I do, you get all of the extra videos that I'll do, you'll get exclusive access to live. So yeah. Do not go to Patreon and subscribe to my Patreon page, please. I am closing that this week. I'm just keeping it open so that everybody can get the videos that they want, and I will be closing it on Thursday. I had somebody last night go over there and subscribe, and I tried to like contact them. And so if you subscribed, if you're the person that subscribed to Patreon last night, I sent you a message on Patreon, and I need you to email me back. So yeah, okay. Also, if you are ordering readings or astrology readings from me, I need you to be patient with me, guys. Please don't email me the day that your reading is due and ask if you're going to get your reading that day. Please don't do it. I don't know if it's just me, but general tarot etiquette is to not push the reader, and whether your intention is to push us to complete the reading for you or not, it's pushy. It's pushy to send the email that day. And Jesselyn and I will stay in 100% contact with you guys from the time you get your reading, or the time you order your reading to the time you get your reading, okay? And in the email that we schedule your reading, it even gives like a 5-day leeway. So technically your reading isn't even late until the 6th day after the scheduled date, okay? And I do that because I live off of my energy. I work off of my energy. I cannot predict how the energy is going to affect me on a day-to-day basis. I do the best that I can, and I work as hard as I can for you guys. So I truly, truly, truly need you to be patient with me if you're going to order a reading. I'm not saying that everybody does that, but I've had a couple of people in the last couple of months be a little more antsy about getting their readings, and when you do that, it throws my energy off. And then I don't want to do your reading because I'm irritated. Because I'm like, don't be so, like, please, 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 right? Don't be so impatient. I'm not forgetting about you. Okay? I've never not forgotten about anybody. All right? Let's look at the cards. I've never forgotten about anybody. That's what I wanted to say. It's weird today, you guys. Please forgive me. Oh, they're upside down, of course. I mean, why not? Of course they're upside down. Some of you have opportunities and decisions to make. It feels very, very much like some of you have some very, very important decisions to make and opportunities. I feel like a lot of us, it feels like a lot of us are doing the, I got to get things done, I got to get things done, I got to get things done. It feels like a lot of us are creating stress and tension for, and these are all amazing cards, by the way. This is a really good reading. But what I'm worried about is all of this fire that's going on down here. We have, and this is all fire. The Strength card is Leo. Temperance is Sagittarius. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Eight of Wands. Again, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Sorry, I feel like there's something in my eye. It's really frustrating. Okay. My fear is, and we'll look more into it when it's clarifying, but my fear is that you're going so fast that you might miss a step. Like that's, you feel like it's like go, 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 go. It's like green light all the way. And that's fine. If you need to get some things taken care of, allow yourself to get those things taken care of, but don't kill yourself doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Temperance is saying that you can rest. Because these just, like, you're going to get the ideas and the decisions. Hold on one second, you guys. I got to get this thing out of my eye. You know when you have that little tiny eyelash from, like, one of your bottom eyelashes in your eye and you can't find it and you think, like, because it looks like one of the eye veins? Yeah, I just did that. I'm surprised that my eye is not like swollen and red from doing that. Okay, so I feel like the energy is going so fast that like I don't want there to be an accident. I'm fearful. I'm fearful for how fast you're going. I'm fearful for this Eight of Wands, how fast, because it's a wonderful thing. You know, it's the balance. The balance of the energy is off. It's like fire, 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 fire. Where's the grounding? Where is the slowdown? Where is the rest? You know, if you are constantly on go and you're always stressing out and your body is always like, if you're a person that's constantly on go all of the time and you can't find a way to find peace and calm in your life anywhere, you'll always, like, your immune system will not be healthy. It will be easy for you to get sick, right? And during, even like, especially during this time of year, people get sick very, very easily. Because we're supposed to be hibernating. And maybe that's why I feel so uncomfortable about this spread, is like, it's great and fantastic and everything is moving forward and we're pushing things into, you know, creating things into existence and pushing them down the road. But are you doing the most when you should be allowing yourself to do exactly what you need to do, and then letting the rest be up to source and spirit and the universe, right? So let's see what Strength is. Two of Swords. Okay. And some of you might be feeling this energy and not realizing and be like, I don't even know if I have the strength to do that right now. Like, that does look like a lot of fire energy, Betsy, and I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if that is in my capacity, and that's okay. But the Two of Swords, some of you are not realizing that you are strong enough. Some of you aren't realizing that you do have the capacity to make things happen for you and put things out there. That's what that Two of Swords is saying. It's like you're blindfolded to your own power, your own bravery, your own courage, right? You don't feel brave or courageous. You feel lost and confused, right? So Temperance, you know, it's really interesting because Temperance for me isn't just about being patient. Temperance for me is about balancing yourself out. It's about being kind to yourself. It's about tempering yourself and not necessarily, you know, I mean, like when you temper yourself, the patience just sort of happens. It's like you don't even have to try and be patient when you are loving yourself so much and you can see the existence, you know, see how you exist within the world in a different kind of way. Five of Wands, right? And that's and see, this is what I was afraid of when we get into when I said we'll get into clarifying, but like all of this is very scary for me because we have more fire here. This is what happens when you are when you're just going and going and going. You see the opportunity and you're like, yes, and you push yourself forward so hard and so fast. That is where the friction is with the Five of Wands on Temperance. Some of you might be having issues with fire signs right now because maybe they're being the most. I don't know. But the Five of Wands on Temperance for me feels very much like if you can't find that peace and calm within you, you're going to be constantly feeling and creating that chaos. You see? That chaos. Because if that peace and calm isn't within you, your outside life, I don't care how clean you can get your house, or I don't care how organized you can get your house, you'll still feel like everything is chaotic and all over the place. Because if that's what you feel, what you're feeling on the inside, you will project into your outer world. You see? So, Two of Wands. I don't know what those two cards were, but they tried to come out and then they went back in. So we're just leaving them be. The Four of Swords on the Two of Wands. And here's the thing is you don't have to force it. The Four of Swords on the Two of Wands is saying you don't have to force the decisions to be made today. I mean, yes, there are some things where you'll have to make certain decisions, but when the opportunity shows up, the energy will be perfect for it to move forward. And not when it shows up, but you'll be able to kind of see where, how do I put this? Because the reason why I keep saying opportunity is because the Ace of Wands is like a gift from the universe. It's like the universe is saying, I know that you're looking for something really passionate for you to do. I know that you really want to create in your life and do things in your life. And so I'm giving you this opportunity to do that. Right? But if you see this opportunity and you start to feel the momentum of it and you kind of freak yourself out because you're like, oh my God, I'm not strong enough to do that. The universe is crazy. I can't put myself out there like that. Are you kidding me right now? And then you start fighting with yourself. And instead, what you need to do is when you see the opportunity, you go, oh man, okay, what am I feeling right now? Fear? All right, why am I afraid? Because you don't feel good enough about yourself. You don't have your own self-esteem. Okay, why do I not have my own self-esteem? Because when you were younger, everybody tamped your self-esteem down and told you to quiet down and blah, 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 right? People told you to calm down, calm down. They stifled your creativity when you were young, or whatever happened when you were young to be stifled. And then you say, okay, so this fear that I have today is a programmed belief system from what happened in the past. That doesn't exist anymore. And for me to live in that fear is telling my ego is trying to protect me from being harmed again because of that programming belief that I am not good enough because I was told so many times. So what I'm actually afraid of is putting myself out there because I'm afraid that other people will believe the same thing that everybody did when I was younger. And that's when you have to remember that programmed belief that everybody made you feel like you weren't good enough was a big fat lie. Whether they were trying to protect your feelings, whether they were trying to protect you from being harmed in some way or harming yourself or whatever, right? Like I know some kids that like when I was growing up, like the BMX biking and the X Games in the 90s and like all of that stuff. And a lot of kids wanted to do that, but their parents wouldn't let them. That's just kind of an example, right? Our parents, they do the best they can with what they're given. Just like if you're a parent now, you do the best you can with what you're given. The best thing you can do for yourself is to trust and believe. And so if you're fighting with yourself right now about your own self-esteem and about, you know, your own patience and what am I supposed to do and what am I supposed to do, what am I supposed to do? Because now I have this great opportunity in front of me and I can run with it, or I can just keep existing in the life that I'm not happy with. Right? That Four of Swords is it's asking you to trust. It's asking you to trust your intuition to guide you, because when you're at rest, that is actually the natural state for the body. That's why we do meditations, because I want to teach you guys what being at a natural state feels like and how you can live in that every single day. Judgment on the Ace. And see, here's the thing, you guys, is you can't keep putting it off. Judgment on the Ace of Wands is saying you are being supported in your dreams right now. You're not only getting handed the baton, but you're also getting the pat on the back saying, look, there's a free lane for you to just run. You're not even racing anybody at this point. You have the whole track to yourself. Here's the baton, go. You're only in a race with yourself. How fast can you get there, right? Eight of Wands, how fast can you get there? And the universe is saying there's no more time left. There is no more time for you to second guess yourself. There is no more time for you to keep asking yourself, or to like the whole self-improvement thing. There's no more time for that. You know what there's time for? Having faith in yourself, trusting in yourself, allowing yourself to believe that you are brave and you are courageous and you are strong. And jumping on one of the Eight of Wands and riding it like a broomstick in the wind and not looking back and allowing yourself to flow with the energy of where this Eight of Wands is going to take you. If you might be hearing some communication from somebody today with this Eight of Wands as well. And, or this is just your own mind too, because that Nine of Swords on the Eight of Wands, I knew that that Eight of Wands was scary for everybody when it came out. Like I said, before we started clarifying, that Nine of Swords is exactly on point with the energy that I was feeling with the card when it came out. Because like I said, they were all really upbeat and happy cards, and that's why we clarify. Because all of the original cards that I put down, that's the basis. And then when I clarify, we find out the why. Why has this not happened yet? Because you're in a Nine of Swords state. Clearly, you're not ready. And the universe is saying, I don't care if you're ready anymore. The reason why you're anxious is because now is the time and you know it's the time. And you can't keep on putting off what you can do today. Don't put it off till tomorrow. If you have a thought in your mind and you say, oh man, I really need to get that done. I really need to do that. Like I should do that right now. That should be something I do right now. And then you don't. You're only putting off the inevitable. And we do that with everything. We do that with relationships. We do that with, you know, it's like projects and people and like, oh, I'll talk to them later. I'll talk to them later. There's no more time for if anything, yesterday was a perfect example as to why there is no more time to keep on sleeping on yourself. You know? No more time. Time's up. So, if you want to learn how to love yourself and bring joy to your life, because that's a part of manifesting, you guys, loving yourself, the more you allow yourself, and I don't mean like, yes, work on your physical, make sure that you are stretching and moving and eating right and all of those things, okay? Work on your physical. Because I know that when you feel good physically, your mental capacity is going to be good. When we're sick or we're in pain or something like that, our mental capacity is not at 100%. So I get that. But also, I want you meditating. I want you breathing. I want you doing yoga. I want you telling yourself that you are good enough. I want you releasing toxic people from your life. I want you to not stay in relationships where people are putting you down, or pulling you down, or bringing you down. That is my wish for all of you in 2020, because we have big things to accomplish. And if you continue to sleep on yourself because you're afraid of what other people are going to think, or what other people are going to do, or how other people are going to react to you, 2020 is going to be really hard. And I've been saying that for months. So, and now's the time. I love you guys. Check out the workshop. Check out the readings. All of that information is in the description box below. And God, take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves. And hug a loved one. Oh my God. Pisces. I love you guys. Bye.